Today's election day. Today's the day where all of your guys' hard work, every single door, every single knock, every single conversation that you guys have had up to this day is what's going to be the reason that we're victorious.
I want to thank you guys that have been with us from the beginning, the people that have been with us from the beginning of this election cycle, doing the lip drops and that stuck with us and came and knock on doors. I know there's a lot of people and faces in here that are going to be around a long, long time.
These are the two literatures that we're going to be walking just today. This isn't who you're voting for. It's you haven't voted yet. What are you doing, right? Like this is as GOTV as it gets. You are literally getting out the vote, right?
Pero ha sido una experiencia buena donde hemos conocido cómo se trabaja. Han habido muchas personas que han estado totalmente indecididos y el trabajo de nosotros les ha llevado a tomar la decisión correcta, incluso para votar, que no tenían decisiones ni para votar.
So when you knock on these doors, you talk briefly about our candidates, but you focus more on the act of voting. Today's the day, the polls close at 7. We gotta go and vote.
Jessica has been a magnificent support. Nadir has supported me 100% of the way. Anytime I've had any minor issue, he makes sure that he gets it and that he works with it.
I think just campaigning in general is a really good experience. The political climate it's very toxic, it's very chaotic. So being part of a campaign, and especially a grassroots campaign, I think it kind of clarifies and it makes politics not look so scary and so complicated and chaotic.
Everyone's on edge, and yet these people, they find a way to be kind, to be soft, to be comforting through all that. And that is something that is spectacularly unique.
We started off as volunteers, right? And one campaign led to the next, that led to the next, and led to the next. Today, seeing like everybody from like all different parts of life in that campaign office.
Yeah.
Just, at least for me, is like, dude, like, we really can make something shake. Like, si tú no sales a votar, el cambio no ocurre. So lo que yo quisiera decir a los jóvenes, a las personas de mi edad, Generation Z, y los millennials, es que si ustedes no salen a votar, todos los problemas que tú estás hablando van a seguir. So, por favor, venga, mira miamidade.gov y van a ver los sitios de votaciones más cercanos a ustedes. Tienen hasta las 6. Por favor, voten. What you think? What you up to now, yo?
I'm literally cutting turfs on the hotspot in the whip so people can go walk. It's crazy.
Normally we would do this in an office setting, but
we're mobile today.
We're
it's
mobile
election day, baby.
It's election day. Cutting turfs, guys, just so you know, is how we walk, right? Like we campaign in the 21st century, and in a day like today, if you can see there, Javi, what Jessica's cooking, in a day like today, these tools are very important. We're right now on the DNC voter build. This is basically a software that allows us to track and monitor all voter activity as they interface with our campaign.
Yep.
You'll have a canvasser from our end that'll have an experience, right? And we as a campaign, we need to catalog that, right? When you catalog these experiences, you can start building your strategy created by the campaign strategist, by the people who determine what trajectory and how the resources in a campaign get spent. But more importantly, this is how we're able to be so quick, up to date, and make decisions on the fly.
I wish that people cared more about platform and policy and not the R or the D next to their name. You know, I've voted for and worked for Republicans and Democrats and people all across the aisle. And it's about the quality of the person. It's about what are they gonna do for their community. And I wish that people felt that way, because they'll vote down the ballot for their party.
Yeah,
and
just
it's
like
wrong,
parents.
it's
Yeah.
wrong.
Greg Miller here, Miami Community Newspapers. I'm here with Congressman Donna Shalala. It is the most important thing to do, the most important right is to vote. Today is the day to vote to make this place a better place to live in. Go Miami!
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back here live on Election Day. I got the one, the only, Grant Miller. Grant Miller, can you just talk to our audience? What is it that you've done in our community with the newspaper?
My brother and I have been publishers for 11 newspapers in Miami-Dade County for over 40 years. Miami is made up of different nationality, different people. We all work together for one cause, to make Miami-Dade County 305-786 the best it could be. That's why it's important to vote, and we're at Costa Cuba with Congressman Donna Shalala, and there's Mark from Coral Gables Chamber. We thank you for being here. Have a great day.
I think the energy is high and the tension's also high. I mean, right now we are in the middle of one of the craziest elections of our lifetimes. I mean, I'm only 23 years old, but my parents tell me the same thing. They've never seen anything like this. And it's unfortunate our country is so divided, but I think it has fired people up and some of it might be for good. So I'll add this. I have my little cafecito here at Casa Cuba. Listen, vote your heart, okay? But just go vote. Today's election day, it's your last day. We had months to vote early, we had weeks to early vote. Today is election day, today is the last day, there are no excuses.
I'm very excited because of the number of people who have voted. It shows that our democracy works and that people care about the future of the country. They need to vote for someone that's going to fight for them, that's in the majority, that has already delivered TPS for Venezuelans, that has delivered help for the unemployed and help for our hospitals and for our sick people, and has delivered help for our small businesses. I have delivered. I've kept every promise I made to the community.
I just feel like everybody's super anxious. Like I was on Twitter today and I was like, dog, everybody and everyone's mom was like, yo, I don't know what that.
All day,
yeah, no, it's no, that's all everybody's talking about, right? And it's like, you got people that really love this whole traditionalist to the point where it's some people perceive as fascist, and then you have the people on the other side that proclaim they're anti-fascist and they're like the protectors of the land, but yet they themselves do the things that the fascists are doing. It's
interesting, right?
And then how people like for example, we'll go knock today, right? And you're gonna go see how like in one door you can get such a great reaction, but then the other door is just gonna be like hate, like
the very next door. The neighbor.
So just real quick, if you guys don't know, we're passing up by Dora's Gluten Free. It's coming up right now, right here. Look, right there. Go get it. They got curbside. Tell them the deer sent you. You see what I'm saying? It's right here. This is Dora's. Maybe if we call Nano, we could tell them to wave outside. Tell the people why they gotta vote, Nano.
You just gotta let your voice be heard. This is a beautiful country. You have to express your opinion in a constructive way.
Great driver. Zana, bro.
He said, bless
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We out. All right. So see, that's one of the reasons why I think politics is dope, because we've been homies for since high school, right? And we support each other's businesses, right? And the same way how he has my back like this, we have his back, you know? So gentlemen, which one are we snacking on? These all look great. And that's how we build community. Like if you don't have those type of relationships with the people that you're gonna serve, Mr. and Mrs. Candidate, then how do you plan on holding the, Joe Schmo's interest, right? So that's one of the things about politics that many people just don't see. It's like, it's a lot of relationship building within their community. And those are the candidates that we want to work with. To me, a contact is a mailer when they see a TV ad, when they see a yard sign, when they hear the name, when they see a picture, because that is a contact, like an interaction, right? While it's very minimal, while it's very subconscious, it's a contact. In the world of campaigning, it's a contact game, because if you can connect all of these little dots of contacts, it'll create this picture, it'll create this messaging, it'll create this whole vibe, right? That's why colors are important. That's why the words that politicians say are important. That's why the tone in which they speak is important. So that's a contact, right? And it is and I agree, it is a game of contact, but we cannot deny the importance of a connection. Because here's what I would argue. If I could just have a machine and I could charge the candidates to use the cloning machine so they can clone themselves, that will outbeat any canvassing team I could ever create. Because nothing sells better than the candidate. But the candidate has to do so many other things. Everything else. That's why they hire us. If we don't get out the vote, then we're not going to make the change that we complain about and that we want. So it's simple, guys. Team Ven-Vamos comes out, we knock doors, and we make it happen. Guys, just for a record, it's Election Day 2020. It's approximately 4:30 and nobody has any clue of what's about to happen here in our community. But what I can tell you is that the people want to know.